Greetings, salutations, and what's up? Welcome back to the Legends of Tarot. This reading is for our friends that are born on the Gemini Cancer cusp for 2020-2021. Happy birthday, and I hope you enjoy this reading. You can check out all about this channel if you're new here in all the various description boxes and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll just jump right into it. For those of you born on what's known as the cusp of magic, let's get some cards out for you guys. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. All right, so the feeling I had when I come into this reading for you guys is that emotional, sometimes that heavy emotional side of you that's born on this cusp wants to sometimes dominate when, you know, cooler heads kind of need to prevail. And we've all been through a lot lately. So all interpersonal relationships have been affected this year. Everyone is going through some sort of metamorphosis or transformation. But let's see what the cards have in store for you, and how those emotions might be playing out and affecting your timelines at the present moment and as we move into the latter half of this year. So again, happy birthday, Gemini Cancer cusp. Here we go. All right. The Two of Swords reversed. So you're seeing things clearly, but the central issue is to trust your vision. That's what I believe when I see this card, because with the Two of Swords being in reverse, it doesn't show you being like unnecessarily swayed by outside influences. It's about being persistent in your pursuits and in your walk in life. But there are those times I feel for you guys where it's like you may find that the emotions are bubbling up, and it doesn't always have to be negative. It could be like positive. It could be like overflowing with happiness, joy, optimism. And then that part of you comes along, probably from the Gemini side, that says, can we trust this feeling fully? Is this the right path? Or on the opposite side of the coin, if emotionally you're feeling like downtrodden, nothing's working out right, or it's like it seems like too many bad days in 1 month, it causes you again to trust if you're on the right path. So some of you may have a decision, it might not be pressing right in your face, but down the road, you know, eventually by springtime 2022, I think a lot could have changed. But for right now, it looks like a path of singularity for you. No need to diverge course. You just have to trust in your steps, okay? Now, the Three of Cups crossing the situation. So, it is going to be a good summer to, you know, get to know yourself deeply and intimately, and watch your social situations, how they mirror those aspects of how you treat yourself, the positive self-talk that you do, the positivity that you carry with you. If you are running into people, or if you are in situations socially where you don't always feel on the upswing, you don't always feel like necessarily you're surrounding yourself with the right people, you don't need to go out and rush and change everything and cut off ties or anything of that nature. This Three of Cups crossing your situation is more or less about how you as influencers, Gemini Cancer, can actually do the inner work in order to direct and affect change in those people closest to you. Doesn't always have to mean friends and like social. It could even mean people that are very close to you, like in terms of you're nurturing or raising a child. It's definitely, you can see it there most obviously and most linear. When you're feeling good, your children are feeling good. When you're feeling good, generally your friends are feeling good. And if it's a situation where you're coming in a supporting role to like cheer somebody up, cheer a friend up, something like that, you have to trust, I feel, that you're called in at the right time. You're being called at the right time. And you have to do so in a manner where it's like you you set them up for future success, not just to make them feel better right now, but to set them up for future success. Because I do get a sense with this Three of Cups crossing you here is that other people may be becoming increasingly dependent on our friends in Gemini, Cancer, CUSP to be like the heroes of the day, the bringers of good news, the singers of the songs that make everybody feel good. And you might be ready to pass that torch. You might be ready to give that to somebody else, or say, well, it's my turn to be cheered up. So energy that you're coming through, yeah, you fought a good fight. You may have experienced some setbacks. I mean, collectively, we've experienced some cultural setbacks this year, but they may be even more pronounced for our friends born on this cusp. They could have actually been like times or areas where timing was horrible and you had to withdraw from your plans just to either make, a lockdown or something was affected, and you actually had to withdraw plans or put things on hiatus until the time was more convenient. And you may have even seen it as a bit of a defeat. Or some of you, this could show up in areas of your lives in relationships where it's like the time we were going through, it might have caused distance or separation and breakups and things of that nature. And if you're fighting through those at that time, to our friends, what I would like to mention to you is like the hyper synchronicity. Just trust the process, trust the pattern, but don't do so blindly. Okay, Two of Swords. Don't do so blindly. Trust the process, but don't do it blindly. It is good to give it a little bit of analysis, but not so much in like what's wrong with these other people, but in so much as that there is now room and opportunity for your light to shine even brighter, for you to even become more radiant. It's almost as if when one bad thing happens, what ends up happening is a lot of future doorways and future pathways and future timelines that were since blocked off, red lighted, locked doored, however you want to put it. All of a sudden, those things get flung open again. But sometimes we get very downtrodden. Like Six of Wands in reverse it is a bit of a downtrodden, and we think, oh wow, all of my future plans, all of my expectations now, everything is ruined. When really just like 1/20th or 1/10th of your expectations are ruined. So trust this process, but don't do it blindly. Analyze how this is going to cause your light to shine brighter and how this is directing many more new doors for you to open in the next little while. Because for those of you that did go through a breakup, it appears as though it might now be time to go out, have some fun, or even new relationships or friendships going to that next level. Ace of Wands is a great card to have in your immediate future. This is very nice because this is creative instinct. This is acting on creativity. This is, actually passionate. This is lovemaking. This is all kinds of good stuff that is set to release those natural endorphins in your mind, so that and with that we can get a sense like with spirit, nothing is preordained. Nothing is ever meant to be unnatural or controlled. It has 100% natural vibe to it. It's normally just due to our conditioning that we question. Again, we question. We don't quite fully trust it because of our conditioning. We think, oh, there must be a catch. There must be a side. I must have to take some sort of safety protocol in order to go out and release the endorphins, the natural endorphins in your brain. Live with liberty, this Ace of Wands is telling me. Live with pride. Live with the natural essence of who you are, so that these doorways and your next future steps can become very apparent to you. You can become quite aware of them amidst all of the emotion, or what some of you might be experiencing is a complete lack of emotion. And that's okay. This means it's time for you to kind of drop the sensation or the attachment to thoughts that bring with them feeling. Because that's what it is, crowning the reading. For some of you, it's a Capricorn in your environment, a future relationship involving a Capricorn. But for others, this is like attachments to thoughts that carry with it kind of negative emotional swings. So it's like if you get caught in thinking in a certain way, or you get caught up on the idea of a certain someone, and they don't turn out to be who they are, or some sort of lie becomes exposed, or perhaps you could even have a situation where somebody is accusing you of something, and you play it over in your mind, and their problem has suddenly been imposed on you, and you're not knowing where to go forward from it. It's very important through your meditations to let go and allow the thoughts that carry with them negative emotional patterns to pass you by. Because I get this sense with this card being here, it's like, a thought or an idea comes in and it settles in over your crown chakra, just like that little rain cloud from those cartoons that follow the cartoon character around everywhere. Wherever the guy's going, that's where the little black cloud is, and it's raining. That doesn't have to be you. This message is just for a few of you, I feel. But it's very important because you're the lightning rod. If that little dark cloud is hovering over you and following you wherever you go, sometimes you just have to be that lightning rod. You have to be the one that says, okay, this is it. Now it's coming from the inside. And these thoughts that are hovering over me and causing any sort of negative emotional attachments with them, you're the one that has to be the strong breeze to blow them away, to remove them, or to get involved in some meditations and actively practice how to pass thoughts before they arrive and become stuck, because the emotional connectivity to them can be slowing. It can be detrimental. It can leave you hung up and feeling this downtrodden sort of energy that you're meant to be coming through right now. I think hopefully a lot of you have come through that already, but for some of you, it could still be sticking around. Seven of Cups reversed at the base of this reading. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it because look, with these two cards being reversed like this, it's like you are being propelled. You are being, and probably as a result of your own inner work, your own self-work, you have a direct line now. But again, it comes back to this being able to trust it. You chose it. You're working your way towards it. You might have had to shift. This might be something where it's like, you're hoping you're not choosing too quickly. For some of you, this is a straight up rebound relationship that you're not trusting. But for others, it could have bigger overtones to life about decisions about what you want to do next. For those of you, if you're considering a career change, or if you're considering picking up a new activity, but you're kind of worried about the time management and trusting if everything's going to be okay, you have to do so. But again, not blindly. Take notes. Analyze, know what works for you, know what your limits are, know what you're capable of. And once you have those kind of established out and written down, whether on paper or just you might have the mental clarity to recall them at any point in time that you like, then go with it and flow with it. Because the Seven of Cups reversed, it says you've got your eyes on a prize. You're not blind to your happiness and how you're going to get there, but trust in the process, not blindly. Okay, let's see what's up next. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. So now is the time for action. Now is the time, there's been a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. Things are opening back up again. You should be able to have a little bit more upward mobility right now. Take care, Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers, of any old things that are still lingering. And this is, by what I mean is maybe it's a closet full of scrapbooking that you never attend to, or this is, old arrangements, old appointments, things of that. And you got to clear your calendar almost, is what the Seven of Pentacles is saying, and then action becomes much easier. A lot of reversals, a lot of mirrored energies up in this reading, which I can totally understand with this Three of Cups here, either helping or hindering your situation. This is all about the mirrored energies. The more you walk towards it, the more your manifestations will make themselves real in your environment. It's great to set the intention, do the manifesting work, but it's something else if you can really find a way to just click with the universe, click with the cosmos, so that you work on an inner energy, you're aware of the mirroring process, and then all of a sudden you begin to notice this reality changing around you. For many of you, I don't think it's not quite there yet. The Empress is here in reverse, but the potential is kind of unbridled at this point in time. And it's saying if you walk toward it, if you actually had this Six of Wands and Seven of Pentacles upright, and you had the room and the time, and I know it's been a tough year, But to actively walk towards it, the environment would become crystalline, and you would start to see the person you are in the environment that you want to be. And it wouldn't just be through meditation or imagination. It would actually be there in the 3D, and you would be tasting those beautiful sensations. You would be listening to those beautiful sounds. You would be running your tan toes through a white sand beach, as it were. So, keep up the good work. Things have been slowed down for you, though. It's almost as if like the cosmos have put the brakes on for you. I'm saying walk towards it, and it might just simply be that you don't want to be running or moving leaps and bounds, especially with that Two of Swords up there in the center of your interview. It's not time to blindly go after things. This is more of like being the turtle in the race and knowing that you're going to win. This is a slow progression towards it. And this is what's giving you time to actually trust the process, okay? And to know what's working for you and what's not working for you, because those emotions we talked about at the start of the reading, look at just about all reversals. This is a mirrored energy. So if you're having emotional, heavy emotional days, for you guys born on this, and I don't mean to be all doom and gloom, but this is something where you have to realize anything we can do to make our paths lighter, easier, and a little bit better for everybody around us. That's kind of the stuff that you want to do. I think that's why you're here. Like if you were the sort of the master of everything, you wouldn't need these kinds of readings. But it's something emotional, and with this Wheel of Fortune going on here and all this mirrored energy, it's not just a one-way or a two-way street. This is more like you, Gemini, Cancer, Cusp, being in the center, people all around you, and then these light rains and this energy sharing comes in from every single person, and comes in a little bit differently. So if you just mirrored back in one single way, that might work for 50% of the people in your world. It might only work for 20% of the people in the world. It's very rare that you can do you, and you can be there and have that direct, beautiful connection with 100% of the people around you. So just be aware of it, and you're not saying that you have to change for anybody. Always do you. You are good enough. Okay, don't let them tell you that you're not enough. But this is what I'm saying. When you're having you time, and when you have these thoughts that come over with these emotional, that make you emotional, and it's maybe tiring you out, or you've had enough of it, it's probably time for you to say that you are at the wheel. You're the one that's in control of this. And it's not at any point in time okay to be subservient to the accusations of false thoughts and negative emotions. They're not necessarily, they may be coming from other people, but we have to not blindly just say so-and-so's you might want to call him 17 names under the sun, but it's always this point of, how am I being refined? How can I refine what I do so that this won't ever mirror back at me like this ever again? And I feel that that's the real key. The emotions are like the wake-up call to the mirroring energy that you are in the point of refining. And then once that's done, you will trust that process, and you'll be able to walk to your dreams and your visions and your goals. So that's all very cool. And it's been a pleasure to read for you. Absolutely. A lot of reversals in that reading for you guys. Let's face it, the whole thing's been turned upside down. But that is for our friends on the Gemini Cancer Cusp for 2020. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the live tarot program. We're just kind of doing what we do. I'm doing what I do. And I want to thank those of you that have joined me. I'm just going to click open in just a second, and to see who's all here, who we can talk to, should be awesome. So just give me uno momento, por favor. Just a little time to breathe. Big, deep breath out. One more. That felt good. It is 99.9 on Monday, June 22nd, 2020. I hope you're all doing so well out there. Let's have a look and see what's going on. I'm almost there, you guys. Just about there. And I'll come say hi to everyone. All right. Special 99.9 warm welcome to Music Dreams. Hello, Music Dreams. Hi, Runt. Good to see you. Hi, Edith. Thanks for being here. It's good. Sungaya. Hi, Sungaya. Thanks for coming. And Sonal Aurora. I love that name. Hopefully I'm saying that wrong. Sonal Aurora. Hi, Safak. Good to have you here. Robbins. Great to have you here. That's awesome. Excellent stuff. So I see we got some questions up on the board already. We're just gonna go ahead and get our level set. I'm gonna answer your question, Aurora. Just give me just a few minutes to get collected, and we'll go in and we'll pull some cards for you. You're a Pisces, he's a Taurus. We have a deep connection. That's good. God love those deep connections. Please let me know if you guys can hear me okay. As always, I need your validation. Make sure I'm doing this stuff correctly. Alright, we're going to pull some cards, Aurora, and we're just going to directly see, because it was a pretty specific question. You're looking for a marriage proposal in 3 months. We're going to look at the odds. We're going to see directly what the cards say. Music's a bit loud. Thanks, Ron. Let's take care of that. Alright, hopefully that's better, Ron. Hopefully that's better. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks to all of you in the chat room that have stayed subscribed while we've been away, while we've changed, all that good stuff. Proposal coming from SM the Taurus to Pisces SA. Let's see what we see. Alright, Aurora, we're going to switch it over to Studio 3. Got your cards all shuffled up. I don't see, I just wanted to look at the current environment just in case for some reason it was going to happen. Sorry, just in case it was going to happen in the last week of June here before we get to July, but I'm going to ask about July, August, and September for you. But I don't see it happening next week in June here, because this is traditionally my marriage card, but it's reversed. All right, no change in July. Okay, this 13 major is the card of transformation. It has come reversed as well. So no change into July, no big shakeup. So for July, I have a no. Okay, Aurora. Six of Pentacles reversed here for the month of July. There may be some debating about it. He may be thinking about his current finances. Sorry, I don't mean to assume gender. It's 2020. I shouldn't do that. SM may be kind of looking at issues of that, or may have other things, business matters on his mind. And then a King of Wands reversed for August. So you may get a surprise in July, but if I'm looking at this situation, the way the energies stand today, this is a no for me, unfortunately. You have a deep connection, but as far as marriage, I think it's his ideas about marriage, and definitely things can change. This is just the way the energies stand today. His idea of marriage right now in the traditional sense, and the proposal is not at the forefront of his mind. Let's see if anything might change for August. Queen of Swords, Five of Cups. Yeah, I wouldn't put any kind of time limit on, because there is definitely a deep connection there, but I don't see a marriage in a traditional sense coming for you in the next 3 months. But that doesn't mean, I'm just going to ask for the rest of 2020 and see what's going on. All these reversals, Princess of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. So what's 4 months? August, September, October, November. Would it be weird to think, like, I see it more so happening in the month of December rather than this summer? September looks like there's something there where he's like putting off a trip. Sorry, I shouldn't assume gender. Where SM is putting off a trip in September. They may have like the opportunity to like go somewhere, but they're not. So that might change things as well. But what I'm seeing here mostly is for the month of December. But nothing really, no major like big shakeups or changes throughout the summer months. Like I looked at July, August, September. Okay, September we had this King of Wands reversed here, so he's definitely thought about marrying you, and I don't know exactly what the holdup is. There's just something here to say that it's like it's not the right time, or his ideas aren't completely formulated as of yet. So sorry, I wish I had better news for you. If anything, I see this possibly coming through in December. That's where I see a big change in life, with the Ten of Pentacles being here. Family get-togethers, family announcements, things of that nature. Ten of Pentacles, and this is coming up at the end of the year. So yes. Yeah, I think so, Aurora. I think so. That possibility is there, but I'm seeing it more because that deep connection you mentioned. There's definitely something there, and this relationship has staying power, but I don't see it till like maybe December. Hi, Brianna. Long time no chat. How are you? Brianna, it's been so long that I think we're both a couple years older. It's been a while, but happy to see you today, Brianna. So awesome. Check in with me. Let me know how things are. And thank you so much, Aurora, for coming in today. I wish I had better news for you. I wish the cards had better news for you. But that's okay. There's no need to rush it. Enjoy what you have right now. Because that's why we were able to see marriage. Because marriage changes everything. It changes everything. Most of the time for the best. So that's good. Who's next? Let's switch it up a little here on 99.9. It's still early. We're gonna switch it up just a little bit. You want me to wake up. Hi Saruchi. How are ya? You want me to shape up, but in my dreams I found relief. I'm glad you see it that way, Aurora. I truly am glad you see it that way. Don't worry, just keep the good times good, and it'll come. Where are you calling in from, Aurora? What part of the world are you in? On the job hunt. I remember when being on the job hunt meant that you actually had to leave home. Now you don't have to go anywhere until you're called for an interview. It's fantastic. Oh, all the way from India. Well, greetings and salutations all the way to India. I hope everything's well for you over there. I hope all is good. Go ahead, Ab-Marie. Go ahead. You absolutely may ask a question. And I'm well, thank you. Shoutouts to India. Welcome to the family, Aurora. Feel free to drop in anytime. Or maybe over Skype. Lots of people get interviewed over Zoom or Skype nowadays. Will Nerlin, Aries, communicate with me soon or not? I'm Capricorn. How does he feel and think now about me? Thanks. Okay, Anne-Marie. Let's have a look at Nerlin, the Aries. This song is called Wake Up by Russo and Weinberg. Had an Ace of Swords flip out, Av. So you've known this person for a long time too, I feel. How does Nerlin feel about Safa? Knight of Cups. The card is fulfillment. The Two of World Wands. Safak, I don't think he's gone far, and I don't think he's gone for good. But I think that Nerlin is really dealing with, sometimes they call them like inner demons or like inner issues. But he's happy, I think, and I don't want to accuse him of anything here, but it looks as though, once he knows that he's got you in his back pocket, that's kind of what kind of ends the chase, so to speak. I don't really like the idea of that kind of misrepresentation of self before he's not ready for you or for a relationship, is what it's showing. The chase was there when he's feeling hot and interested. The chase will come back again. But he's definitely battling some inner issues. But your relationship with Nerlin is strong. Six of Cups there. This is all about a point of time where he's got you wrapped around his finger. Okay? Completely wrapped around his finger. And it's completely unfair to you. But I don't think he realizes yet the damage that he does, because he hasn't figured out his own karma yet. Alright? It's definitely strong, but it's not fully connected. Six of Cups and a Lover's card with a Nine of Cups up here. This is really good. If he would just make time for you, all of your questioning and second guessing would go away in an instant. But what I'm seeing here is that he's not making time for you. And it looks as though the reason he's not making time for you is due to and it is busy life path, but there's like an underlying reason why he's not making time for you, because he feels complacent in the fact that you and him have gotten to a certain level, and now he can withdraw without fear of losing you. And sometimes when people that don't have their own karma figured out are given that position where they can withdraw without fear of not being able to have you back whenever they want, then they can misuse and they can abuse that position in a relationship. Ten of Swords, I would, Ave-Marie, I would say, there's no reason to pour a lot of time and energy into waiting for Nerlin. Okay, if he's not going to make time for you, I wouldn't wait for him. You could discuss or you could discover other options that are completely ongoing. It was like the reading I gave for the cuspers at the start. When you accept the point that you can move forward, that you can walk on, you actually can have this if you want it. And you can do it without worry. All of the doors, it seems like one terrible door is closing, but so many other ones open up, and it's very tough. Yeah, because Nerlin is he's a bit selfish here. The cards don't stray from that. There's definitely a selfish tendency for him to abuse his position in where your guys' relationship has come so far, and it's kind of depressing. Because it was something very beautiful. It's kind of like a longer term connection. But he can't see the forest for the trees right now, unfortunately, because he's too caught up in his own mind, in his own head. And when that doesn't involve you, then there's really not much goes on in his mind about you. But the moment he starts to feel lonely, or maybe a little bit hot under the collar, where does he turn to? Talking and texting to you again, Safak, which is both are unfair to you if you look at it from that point of view. But now I can't sit here and tell you how to live your life and what you should and shouldn't do in regards to this. Only you can do that. But you definitely have a heads up, and you know what? My advice to you would be to mirror Nerlin's energy back to him, in that, when he's hot under the collar and he wants you and says that he wants you, that's when you don't respond. That's when you don't give in. That's when you don't play his cards, okay? And when he's being cold and distant, again, that's when you send out a text. You let him know that you're still there, if you're interested in him. If you want to completely just move on and pass this person, the cards say that that's going to be okay, and that's going to be favorable for you as well, Safak, because 10 of Swords is there, right? So you can get up and walk away from this at any moment that you want. You're just not doing it because the idea of it is so fulfilling in your mind, but the reality of it has been very unfair towards you, right? He's not coming through on his decision to I guess, like, be a little bit more consistent in the time that he makes for you. Or it's like, if you guys are having like hot steamy chat over the phone or the text message or over the internet, and then that's all for him, then he's going to allow that be. Again, he's going to misuse or abuse that position in that relationship. And that's kind of unfair to you, I think. So, I mean, if I were you, the only advice I can give to you and what I would say to you, Marie, is walk away. But it doesn't mean you can't turn around at any point in time. But start that walk. Start to exercise your mind and your heart in different directions. And what I mean by that is be open. Stay open to 7.3 billion of us on the planet. Definitely, if Nerlin doesn't learn how to play his cards right with you, then why should he deserve to have you by his side just when he wants? Why is it not give and take? Somebody that was not fighting inner demons would at least have come out and said to you, I can't do this right now. We have to be on a break, or we have to go our separate ways. Not leave you on a line and a piece of cheese. Then go for it. Go for it. I would try and get it from the horse's mouth. Don't rely on tarot for this. Go and get it from the horse's mouth. If he says he wants to, then tell him to do it. And then if he can't do it, then just tell him to shut the hell up and go away. If he says he wants to, then why doesn't he? Right? You gotta really question that. 100%. Yeah, see, he's abusing and misusing that position in that relationship. My heart goes out to you, Safak, because that's not fair to anyone. I didn't really get a sense of that through the cards, Marie. I just got more like inner demons. More like he's fighting off, I don't know, they could be addictive tendencies, or they could be things where he has a hidden side to his life that he doesn't even let his family know about. Different stuff like that, okay? And he's got to work through that karma, 100%. Because you don't want to get dragged down into that. I don't think so. Maybe you do. Who am I to say? And thanks for the question, Marie. That's really sweet of you. Thanks for being here. I saw some more new faces coming into the chat. Big 99.9 warm welcome to Harmony A. Good to see you. Good to see you. Are you going to see your Scorpio man this year in person? That was an interesting one. Well, we'll see. Scorpios is a bit hot or cold. What's your sign, Harmony, if you don't mind me asking? As long as your Scorpio's not being a weird little freak, then maybe. Then maybe. You're welcome, Marie. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, the music's decent. Oh yeah, run. Definitely run. Yeah, we'll get to everybody. We'll get to as many people as we can. Just hang tight, stay patient. Hi, Monica. Big warm welcome. You know my old analogy of Scorpio and Scorpio. You put two Scorpios in a jar, they'll do just fine unless somebody comes along and shakes up the jar. Yep. Scorpio, and you might be able to relate to this, Harmony. It's like Scorpio really, what is at the forefront from them right now is comfort. They want to find temperance, and I feel like this year has been really challenging to Scorpio in that somebody's come along and turned the temperature either way up or way down to what they were kind of hoping for or what they were wanting to do. So it's kind of like temperance on one side versus disruption on the other. So in that, I think the desire is real. You said you have fear of meeting up due to COVID and there's some work issues. I've got your cards cut. We'll go back over and we'll see what comes out. All right, Harmony, the Scorpio. Sorry, I need to get a better setup for my sound, but yeah, here we go. Oh, coming through as a King of Pentacles. I'm not sure if this person might have a Taurus ascendant or an Earth sign in the moon, but it has a slower pace to it. Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, neither one of you, honestly, I think are feeling like yourselves as of late. You haven't felt like yourself because you, on one hand, you're not used to the extra restriction or the extra kind of worrisome nature over the COVID, over the virus. And so it might take some time for things to really kind of play out because the comfort needs to come before the harmony. Okay, it's even in your name, before the harmony can happen. All right, a 3 of Cups reversed, a Queen of Cups reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, now I'm gonna say something here, and don't take it the wrong way, but it's just like he's not really like put this on high priority either, and it may be as well due to COVID, but you mentioned other things like work, and Scorpio has a good sort of time management mind, I want to say, in that he knows that there's going to be time in the future to be together. He's not in a rush, okay? He's not fighting for it in particular right now. I wish these had come up a little bit more directly. And as far as seeing one another this year, he's waiting for the green light from you, okay? I think that's why this is here. He sees you kind of as this, being like, I don't want to push her. I don't want to impose myself on her, even though he's already told you of his intention and his desire to. So in all honesty, your person here might be just waiting for a response, waiting for you to initiate something on your end as far as a process or a plan goes. So what I would suggest to you, what I would say to you is get some sort of like creative idea making going on about how you guys actually could make it work, how you guys actually could find some time to maybe have like a weekend getaway or go somewhere very comfortable for the both of you. And this should be like almost like the center of your conversation. And if you do this without any pressure, any expectation, and if he gets weird about it, say, no, we're just talking about it. We're just talking, I'm just bouncing ideas. But they can be like very creative and good things. And I have to tell you, like, the fear can limit you in so many ways. And there will come a point in the very near future, Harmony, where you're going to ask yourself, despite what mainstream tells you, whether or not your own fear is justified and whether or not your own system of risk versus reward is limiting you from getting what you want, or actually being able to like just kind of take that leap of faith and say nothing bad is going to happen here, right? But again, it's about that comfort. So I would like get creative. If you guys are texting or chatting or FaceTiming on the phone, and that strong desire is there, then it's time to get creative, and it's time to get kind of into making a getaway plan, like bug out together, because it definitely could happen. I really like it. He will make the time and he will make the space for it to happen, but I think he's waiting for you to propose an idea so that he doesn't have to impose something on you where he's not 100% sure if you're going to feel comfortable with it or not. So you've got to let him know that, I would maybe feel comfortable doing this. He's waiting for your suggestion. Maybe, I know some ladies don't like, making the plan, but, it's 2020. It's a situation where it's like he doesn't want to push you into areas of more fear and confusion by continuously suggesting things that he doesn't know if you're ready or if you're feeling comfortable. So you've got to give him that sign. You've got to give him that signal. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense for you. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all of the people that have subscribed through the long break that we've had. Thank you so much. Okay, we're just gonna take a deep breath before we get into the next one. I think we've got Monica and then Rund. You're welcome, Harmony. Thank you. This song is called Coming From Reality by Russo. 99.9. Oh, thanks. That's sweet words, Harmony. I'm going to start shuffling the cards for Monica now. Yeah, for sure, Surichi. I'll just get you to hang on the line. You know how we do. Well, you know what somebody told me? I just want to try a little experience. Just bear with me, Monica. Somebody told me that if you type Free Hong Kong into the chat, then the Chinese Communist military will come and troll your channel. So I'm going to try it. Let's see if it's true or not. Oh, hi, Ashley. Thanks. Good to have you, Ashley. I'll have to get my pen and paper out because there's a lot of our friends here that have jumped in for mini readings. And if you would like some cards, I will definitely put your name down.
was a morning
we're gonna
in
go
June
Monica,
when I heard that tune
Run,
falling up to the beat of your heart.
Ashley is a new
Like a
subscriber.
white crane sail
Thank you so
from a
much.
startled trail.
And then if there's anyone I've missed,
And then
please
landed
let me
so
know after that. Yeah, 100% Ashley. I've just got 3 ahead of you, so just hang tight. Okay, Monica, if you have a specific question, now is the time to post.
I held your hand in mine like a shell on a beach, waiting for your reach, falling up to the mountain to climb. You came reassuring, Mother Nature's procuring. There's no need for doubt in this life. You came reassuring, Mother Nature's procuring. There's no need for doubt in this mind.
Oh, you can't hear the music? Okay. No, that's good. You guys gotta let me know when that happens. You can turn it down a little bit. There, is that better? Is that better? You go ahead and post your question now, Monica, as long as you can hear me. And thank you for the feedback. I'm not a tech guru, so anything you guys can do to help create those feedback loops and help me out. Details about a soulmate. Ooh, groovy.
You came reassuring, Mother Nature's procuring. There's no need for doubt in his mind. You came reassuring, Mother Nature's procuring. There's no need for doubt in
I'm just gonna close my eyes on this one for a little bit.
Like the sun through the pines in a silent space.
I see a chimney.
Full of time in these orderly ways, in this disorderly life. I let go of my hand in the jar.
And this person works with numbers. Monica. He's like a mathematician or some sort of like statistician. I don't know if that makes sense. If I see a chimney, you're gonna meet this person around a fire. This person may also have something to do with law enforcement, or they are an avid sportsman. Okay, this is an active person. So you may meet this person around a fire, or you may get that sense of that soulmate connection at a time when you're sitting around a fire. Okay. This person is currently doing a balancing act when it comes to his livelihood or their livelihood. Sorry, I shouldn't assume gender. If this person also may be a Libra, because I'm seeing like a lot of balance is what is showing me beyond the scales. Or it's possible that there is a Pisces out there too, that your soulmate may be able to come through. Okay. Now we look at twin flames and soulmates a little bit differently here on this channel. So what I can let you know is that your soulmate is with you. Your soulmate just needs sort of the vessel to connect with you. Okay? Are you still having trouble hearing me? Okay. Is anyone else having trouble hearing me? I apologize. Monica, my bad. So I'll just recap what I said if you couldn't hear me, and I do apologize for that. What I mentioned is that I think that you will become assured of your soulmate at a time where you're like sitting around a chimney or a fire. Okay. I also have this potential soulmate coming in as a Pisces or as a Libra. Okay. This is someone who works with numbers. They're a mathematician or a statistician. Okay, but they're very busy individuals right now. And it's coming in the form of a Pisces or a Libra. Okay? So, I'll go ahead. That's just what I got from looking within and seeing what I could see. But I'll go ahead and pull a few cards for you. There's a Queen of Wands. Not sure what your sign is there. That's nurturing. There are definitely something here where it's like you're feeling a strong sense or a need to liberate your happiness through relationships. And this could be as a mother or a lover or a wife. This is very strong in your focus right now. But this is interesting. We got an 8 of Swords reverse, a 9 of Cups, and a Queen of Wands. This has motherly stuff written all over it. So please forgive me if I'm wrong, but what the cards are showing is that as a soulmate, there is like children that are destined to be manifest through you in your life path. So you are going to meet this person. Okay. We've got a factor of 3. And the fiery nature. Are you a fire sign, Monica? Well, do you know any Pisces or Libras, mathematicians or hunters? That's a good question. You might be, if my words from earlier didn't inspire anyone to come to your mind through those words, then I would say no, I don't think you have met him yet. But if you were able to think of somebody based on the criteria I gave earlier, then yes, it is possible that you've met them already. All right, and a 9 of Swords reversed and a Fool. So a couple 9s, a couple 3s, and as far as meeting this person, there's an opportunity here of something coming up in November through May of 2021 where that potential is there. And again, this is somebody that either it's like heavy mathematics, accountants, or it could even be commerce that they're involved in. You may meet this person through like business get-togethers or through colleagues and friends. Look for Libra and Pisces from November this year till May of next year. You're a Leo. Okay, so that makes sense why all the fire signs are up there. And to be honest, like I'm picturing you as a mother, or that they're like children coming into play, that's right, potentially they could have children, or you would be taking on like a motherly style role. So isn't that interesting? But I'm seeing Libra, Pisces. Hopefully that can answer your questions. Soulmates are a tricky game. That's a tight thing. Your soulmate is always with you. It just all depends on when they choose to come through a vessel in order to be with you, right? And there's nothing that, we can do on this end. It's not, will you ever find that one of 7.3 billion people? The answer to that is no, but your soulmate is always with you. It's just about manifesting in reality where they choose a vessel to come through and interact with you on the physical level. So at least hopefully that gave you a few things that you can look for moving forward into the future. Lots to do with numbers and balancing business, statistics. Interesting. He's an interesting person. Alright. Okay, Rund. Bring me back to some sort of sense of familiarity, Rund. To be honest, I didn't see much other than I see you in a motherly role. I saw you in a motherly role. Okay. Queen of Wands, 9 of Cups. That's that Leo motherly role. All right, everyone, you're just gonna have to be patient. We've got a couple more readings up on the board. We got Runt, Sarushi, and Ashley to go, and then what we can do is we can see Who we have time to fit in after that would be fantastic. So, big warm welcome to Candace W. and to Ida. Thanks for happening. Thanks for checking us out and hopping in here. Is this your sensei, Runt? Is this your Taekwondo sensei? You're welcome, Monica, and please remember, we always read the energies as they stand today, so, keep that in mind. If you're on those, if you're ever on those dating apps, see if you can filter Libra and Pisces. Start something there. Okay, we're shuffling up the cards for Runt here. It's a little bit of advice on a new connection. Alright. I feel like I'm shaking off the rust. It's been quite a while. Princess of Wands. Okay, don't put any pressure on this person. Okay, Runt? Don't give them a back roundhouse kick to the face and then put them in a chokehold and tell you that you love them. Tell them that you love them. That's not going to work. So that's just some simple advice, right? Don't pet a burning duck. I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on this one. This is about allowing the hypersynchronicities to flow through. And this is relatively new, if I'm not mistaken. I've got a couple princesses. I got the Princess of Wands and the Princess of Pentacles up here. Okay. So what they're doing, what they're saying is to get a true sense and a firm understanding of the potential that this relationship will have is to not interject too much in it. You know, like when you go to bake your favorite chicken wings or something and you're like, oh, I love Frank's hot sauce. And you put some Frank's hot sauce on it. And then you're like, I'd love Frank's hot sauce, so I'll just put a little more on it. And you're like, oh, I love it. I'm going to put a little. And before long, you added one ingredient that makes it doesn't turn out, right? This is kind of what I'm talking about. You kind of want to, let everything flow as it's meant to without too much. You have a nice opportunity, Runt, here to be suited in the old traditional fashion, to allow them to come to you and to win your favor, because I do get a sense that this person is very into you, okay, but they've come through a very stressful time in the last 6 to 10 months, and I don't know what this had to do. They could have been in a bad family situation, or they possibly went through a divorce, or they may have simply given up on an old idea that was very hard for them. So I wouldn't put any pressure on this person, because oddly enough, I would let you know that this is a situation where this person you're in a relationship with is quite vulnerable, and that's a bit of a double-edged sword, Runt, because when the person you're getting involved with is vulnerable, it's great because you can establish and speak of double-edged sword, Ace of Swords comes up. It's great in that you can develop very deep connections based on your empathies and your empathetic nature towards one another when one or both partners in the relationship do have that sense of vulnerability. The downside to that, or the other edge of that sword, is that there is potential for them to become turned off or dissuaded or scared off by the fact that they think that they're going from out of the frying pan into the fire. Back to the chicken wing analogy. Somebody's flipping those dang chicken wings too much, and one or two of them hop over and fall out of the floor, and now you can't eat them, right? So somebody might think that they're actually, you know, he may, in that vulnerability, he may start relating you to the past situation, which you don't want to have happen. So any kind of like pushing nature, or like you know, trying to like guide him or force things, or increase frequency or consistency in the new relationship, it might actually cause him to think that he's getting back into the same old situation that he just fought like hell to get out of. King of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups upright, Nine of Swords reversed, and the Magician reversed. Okay, so look at this. So I see a strong physical attraction, but he might be like, I just get a sense he's really stressed out. And like, as far as like the passion goes, it comes in waves with him. So he'll be like really turned on sometimes, and then other times he'll go like weeks and you'll be like, doesn't he desire me? But it's just more so like the stress is affecting his physiology, and sometimes he's not already ready to hit a home dinger, to hit a home run, so to speak, if I can use that analogy. Ace of Cups up here with the Nine of Swords reversed. So that just reinforces what I was speaking about, you know, the worry that this relationship will be like the last one. And I feel like there's something that still might be tying him there. It's showing up in the cards, but like spiritually and emotionally he's over it, but there might be some sort of like physical tie back to this as well, Ron. And so yeah, just go out, be your beautiful self, strut your stuff, show them what you've got, show them how amazing of a person you can be, and do it for you. And then you're gonna like put out those attractors, which gonna make him like, he won't be able to deny wanting to be with you, even though there is a lot that's going on in his mind about what he's just come through and the vulnerability that is attached with that. So hopefully that makes sense. Hi Robbins, thanks, I missed you too. Alright, deep breath, Ron. It's cool that those princesses were there, because you can just be the princess, right? He has to go fight Bowser, and if the princess is in another castle, then he'll have to fight Bowser. Don't worry, the princess is in another castle. You get to be the princess in this case. Alright. Yeah, things are getting back to normal. I was happy, very happy. Alright, we've got Suruchi, and then we have Ashley Patterson. It's a pleasure to be with you at 99.9. Always nice to be with you guys. Suruchi, now is a good time to post your question. Another deep breath, because they feel so good. Look at that. Thank you, Robin. That's awesome. everybody, if you're new and have subscribed here, and for some reason, maybe you've been living under a rock on the moon, and you haven't heard of Robin's Realms readings, you should definitely check that channel out. Robin's is so awesome. She supports this channel, and we do our best to send our viewers her way as well, because you want, you know, there's something that's guided you to like a Scorpio tarot reader, and this is just the first step on the train to Scorpio tarot. If you want that true, deep, intense Scorpionic reading, stay on the train. Go check out Robin's Realms readings. She's so good at reading for the signs too. I'm just reading for the cusps. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the job in your reading run. I'll check in with you in a few days on that one. We'll just let that one, it's kind of mundane, we'll let that one run its course. Suruji says, will I receive an acceptance offer with generous school from my dream school in Minnesota? Man, oh man, I thought this already happened. I think we're looking into the past here. What's your GPA? Have you been posting on the forums? Have you been journaling? Have you been handing in all your assignments on time? Let's have a look. Let's have a look, Suruchi. Let's see what comes out.
She's waiting for the hummingbirds to fly by, sitting peacefully in the morning light.
Okay, gonna cut them for you now, Suruchi.
Asking nothing in return.
Last time we read about you going to Minnesota, it was pretty clear. 2020's thrown a monkey wrench in it. That place has changed. 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups again, 2 of Swords, the Star, the Prince of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. This is still a yes for me, Suruchi, and I'll tell you why. Like, this is like about giving and receiving, right? You've put out the effort. I think they're going to offer this to you. I think once we come out, we've got a judgment and a justice card reverse. Okay, and we know that there's big changes going on in Minnesota with the virus and the civil unrest and everything like that. But once that dies down, I think these schools, like these institutions and these colleges, they're going to be ready. They're going to be ready to be accepting again. So this is a yes for me. We have some cards of celebration in a 10 of Cups and a 4 of Wands. Sorry, they don't present very well. I should click it over. It's only fair. Look at these 2 cards of celebration, Suruchi. Okay? The 10 of Cups, the 4 of Wands. Okay? And this is about giving and receiving. Ace of Cups, couple aces there, new beginnings as well, signified by these. Okay? As far as the hurdles, the major arcana hurdles, this is, I see, more so about like what the school is going through. Judgment reversed and justice reversed, right? All the fairness and things of that nature. Okay? But again, don't doubt yourself. Continue to put in the work. Continue to do it. And it'll happen. Your persistence, okay? Call it the persistence, the Prince of Swords. Your persistence of mind about doing this and having your ship come in. This is what's going. If you want to expedite this situation at all, Suruchi, this is about dropping all other ideas out of your consciousness, okay? But you don't necessarily have to expedite because the school is not ready to accept the future as of yet. Like, these schools, these institutions of higher learning, they are 100% shook right now because colleges and universities, they play very high up into the hierarchy of bureaucracy and indoctrination. Okay, you gotta remember, like, your diploma, it's definitely valuable, and everybody would love to have a post-secondary degree. But when you go through these institutions, no matter how technical or how liberal they might be, they are still the upper echelon of bureaucracy and hierarchy and indoctrination. So, that being said, they right now, because of where we're at with the historical events, they're SHOOK. They are shooketh to the nth degree right now. So they don't know exactly what's going on or what's happening. But, give the passage of time, another 11 months, get into like fall of 2021, they're going to almost have to be begging people to come in. And I see you like having the aptitude to make it there. As long as always, we talk about with you, Saruchi, the real you, about how you rebuke your own doubt in these situations, and how sometimes you might harbor other ideas that are counterproductive to you, making that journey or following through with what is meant to happen in Minnesota. But we read for this month ago, and it was a yes. It is still a yes today, but there's definitely more that's played in through the major arcana that has slowed this process down. So you just have to wait for them to be a little bit less shook about the whole thing. And then, it definitely can happen for you. There's no cards of travel here right now, but there were 2 big cards of celebration. So that's a yes for me. Right? Saruchi. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Jim Dandy to the rescue. Okay. I just want to ask if Ashley Patterson is here, because we'll do a reading for Ashley, and then we'll have a quick break, and then we'll get a new list on the go. Would be awesome. Is that Nicole? Nicole, did you change your name to Nene? Hey, Nene. Nene. That's awesome. Hi, Nicole. You're welcome, Saruchi. This song is called Eventually by Giants and Pilgrims. Oh, that's awesome. Ashley's still here. Great, Ashley. Now is a good time to post your questions. Oh, it's Chanel. It's not Nicole. Just because of the N.
The places that I've been, the faces mine offense.
All right. Ashley asked, may I please ask how my Pisces is feeling about me lately, and will we be communicating soon? 100%. Oh, sorry. That's my bad, Chanel. I apologize. Yeah, I know, like, it gets super sensitive, and I'm kind of like that too. I like to fly under the radar. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and shuffle up Ashley's cards, and we're gonna get that going. We're gonna take a short break, and then we'll be back, and we can probably have time for another list. I got a meeting I gotta be at in a few hours. I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to sign out of this account and into a different one, because it's like for my like professional life. But I am kind of keeping an eye on the clock today. So yeah, that's just kind of how it's going. Okay, Ashley, how's your Pisces feeling about you? Pisces generally pretty happy right now. There's a lot to be optimistic about for Pisces. Because necessity is the mother of invention, and
Pisces are the inventors of the zodiac. So right now they're seeing a lot of the opportunity in the change, in the cultural change that we've all experienced. So there's a lot of happiness, a lot of innate optimism in Pisces surrounding this time. Let's see how he's feeling about you.
While you cut your teeth.
Okay, Ashley, let's have a look. The Five of Wands. Ooh. The Four of Wands reversed. The Prince of Swords reversed. And the Four of Swords reversed. This Pisces is very much up in their head right now. They're looking for what's best right now. I still don't see how you're playing into this, just as of yet, other than as a suitor, okay? Or how this Pisces prioritizes you into their life. That could be the issue of why you're uncertain, why the Pisces has not made it clear to you how they're feeling. It could be due to how they prioritize you in their daily life. Okay, we all got to do what we got to do. Why is this Five of Wands there? Uncertain. The Hermit reversed. Yeah. This is a busybody. This Pisces is a busybody. He's out taking care of things, out taking care of business, and out taking care of of Pisces right now. So it's almost like this Pisces is very streamlined. A couple reversals on nights here. 3 reversals on 3 separate nights. That's pretty significant. It's almost as though this person might not have their intentions set on deepening the relationship with you right now. And I know that might be very hard to hear. The Lover's card is here. Okay? They're very much hoping that you're going to be okay, Ashley, with the status quo, with the way things have been, while your Pisces does them for a little while. Okay? It seems as though there's a good foundation in this relationship with this Pisces, but it's to the point where I don't see it's like they're taking you for granted or anything like that. They've just very much assumed that you're going to be okay with the status quo of how far the relationship's come this far, and now is the Pisces is taking liberty to go and do what they want to do, whether it be like chasing after their dream. But it seems as though, I don't know if this Pisces has had a lot of bad luck lately, or if like they're having trouble getting a business off the ground, or perhaps they're having trouble with their employment. But the 3 reversals on the nights, it's almost as if the energy of this Pisces person needs to slow down. It needs to slow down dramatically. They're like trying to swim upstream on a river. They're fighting against their better knowledge and their better intention. Deuces, and an 8 of Swords. Your Pisces is pretty much so much up into their own head that it's kind of left you feeling a little bit out in the cold. Like they're feeling trapped for some reason. And I don't think that your Pisces is feeling trapped by you, but they're feeling trapped because they feel as though they're falling short on their own ideas and their own dreams. So in order to compensate for that, they've asked you to kind of remain okay with the status quo, and maybe haven't given you as much attention as they once did in the past. And as far as the feeling goes, the foundation is firm. This Pisces person loves you, or at least loves the idea with you, which gives, there's a lot of potential there with the Lover's card up at the center of the reading. But why this Pisces is feeling so trapped, this is stuff that's going on in his own mind. This is worry about personal success, I feel, and you've kind of been sidelined as a result of this. Now, doesn't mean that it's all doom and gloom. It just means that your Pisces has a fight ahead of them, okay? They've got to figure some stuff out. Somebody else had this reading up earlier where it's like they need to get their karma right, and until they can, they're not going to feel comfortable. But all that stuff about Pisces actually feeling optimistic right now and things like that, your Pisces is almost taking it to the next level. They're like trying to get something started or something on the go to the point where it's like, oh, unfortunately you've had to take a back seat for a little while. It's kind of unfair, but this person does like you. They love you. I really feel that. So why they can't seem to break through that ceiling or slow their energy, slow their roll down, I want to say, and just come and relax with you, they should be doing that, right? So yeah, what he is in his head. We haven't spoken in a little over a month. We had a minor disagreement a month ago, but nothing serious, and he shut down a few days afterwards. Yeah, it just seems as though he doesn't, he thinks you're gonna be okay with the way things have been. So it's almost like that little spat or that little disagreement could have added a lot of fuel to the fire for him. But if you give this person time, if you decide this is something that you really want, this is something that has the potential to come back around again. But it's not going to happen until he's feeling like, and I shouldn't assume gender, it shouldn't happen until they are feeling like they've made some significant gains in terms of their own personal security. Your Pisces could be very insecure to begin with, so even like little things could set them off, and there could be like a large sense of that polarity there, one day good, one day not so good. But what I would say to you, Ashley, is this week in particular, this time right now, is actually a good time to repair the communication blocks. When Venus goes direct here, I think our resident Pisces, he said, I think it's the 25th or Thursday or something. It will be a good time this week because Pisces are feeling quite optimistic at present time. So it would be a good time to repair the bridge. And I don't think that it's anything that can't be repaired. It was something simple that can definitely they can get over, right? Little things set them off for sure. And I have a feeling sometimes, Ashley, like he might say certain things that really piss you off, that he had no idea that it would piss you off. He was just like being their normal self and like just saying something in like Captain Obvious style, but it really hits you the wrong way and pisses you off. I have a feeling that has a tendency to happen in your guys' sort of day to day, but now is a good time to repair that bridge with Pisces if you choose to. If not, Pisces, they're going to stay in their head, they're going to let it stew, and they're going to chase down because they got like a million ideas going on in their head all at once. So this is a tricky one, Ashley. I wish you success with that, but it was optimistic to me that Lover's card was there, so that foundation has been built. And if you guys are serious about this is one of those instances where you can resonate brighter with one another. You can resonate stronger towards one another if you can get over that sense of, well, not just you, but both of you can get over that sense of the pride, of the positioning of the relationship. And if it's just getting too difficult, then you're going to have to make that call, right? Okay, so deep breath. Wow. Deep breath for Ashley, because it feels good. And my butterfly. All right, good stuff. All right, I'm just going to take a little breather, everyone. Then we're going to make a new list, okay? We're going to hear from our sponsors, too.
Colossal Ore. We are the leading producer of minerals, ore, and natural resources, which means you're benefiting from our services whether you know us us or not. No matter what our critics say, at Colossal we care about our employees as well as our customers, which is why we work so hard to get our miners back in the mines where they feel at home. Together we can reunite minerals with the people who love them. Colossal Ore. More than ore.
Dinosaurus, the only restaurant where the servers are dinosaurs. Our animatronics are so real, you'll think a T-Rex is serving you T-bone, a pterodactyl is serving you teriyaki, that a brontosaurus is serving you chili dogs. Every dish is an archaeological find, like our stegogetti, our Raptor Burger Rex, or the pile of crumbled sticky brownies adventurously named the Dino Droppings. So, take a trip into the wild at Dinosaurus. You can dine in or dine-o.
All right, thanks for just a little time. We got a lot of new sponsors here on the 99.9. But we'll get right back into it. Thanks everybody for coming. We're kind of like hitting our stride again, so that's good. I've been out of the game. I've been away for a little while, and that's okay. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take as many number 9s as we can up until caller number 9 for anybody that has a question. So if you have a question and you want a few cards today, please go ahead and type the number 9 into the chat. Okay, Saruchi, have fun studying. Meet the universe halfway. Absolutely. Wow, so many new people here. That's awesome. Nene. Nice. Hi, Ida. I see you there. Put Ida's name down. Candace W. I see you there, Candace. Hi. Alrighty. We could probably get started with that. That'd be okay. I don't want to get burnt out. I don't want to get burnt to a crisp. All right, so we're gonna go with. Oh, hi Casey, welcome, Spiritual Corner. Hey, I think I've seen your channel come across my feed before. That's awesome. Welcome. Thanks for being here, Casey. We'll put Casey's name down. Thanks for spending some time here with us today, everybody. Put Casey SK. K is for corner. Good stuff. All right. All right, Alaska. Big shout outs to Alaska. Let's go. Let's do this. You can go ahead and post your question anytime you like, Nene. It's a very folk vibe on a Monday afternoon. 6/22/2020. We're on the Gemini Cancer cusp. And that was A Whole and Humble Heart by a band called Campagna.
There's not much to say.
Nene wants to know, is my small business going to be successful? Okay. Here's a little bit from an 8, and this is why I love reading. It's questions like these that just make me so happy to read for you guys. The artist is always more than the art, okay? The builder is always the essence of the building. So, when you ask if your small business is going to be successful, I would like to make sure, Nene, that you are pure in your thinking, that you are successful, that you are a successful person. The key, the very first keys to making this small business successful is for you to eliminate any kind of thinking that thinks that you're too much, or that you're not enough, or that you don't have what it takes. But that's just advice from me to you, because we're old friends, we're old pals, right? So that's just one thing I want to throw in there. We're going to ask Tarot too as well, because something's like pulling on my etheric brain, saying that this may have something to do with demographics, marketing, branding, and things like that. You are successful, right? So why would your small business not be? As long as you hold pure and you hold true to that thinking that you are successful. But we'll take a look at the current endeavor and the branding and the marketing and the demographic, because for anything to have sort of that great success, there's got to be like we talked about Pisces, and I know that you're an Aquarius, but we talked about Pisces, about necessity being sort of the mother of invention, or the theory of business is that if there is demand for what you're offering, you can make it successful. But I'm cutting your cards now. We're just going to pull it through in small business. You've got the Moon. You've got a reverse on the Prince of Pentacles. A Four of Wands. Ooh, and a Chariot. That's very nice. That's very nice. And the Two of Wands. Yep. Okay. So here's a couple things. You say you're going out of your comfort zone. That is a sign of success in itself. That is a sign of it. And I can see that. You've got the Moon, La Luna, okay? The Moon card is there for you. So right now you might be, kind of wondering about the illusion of it not being successful. I would like you to eliminate that. And as far as your comfort zone goes, where the comfort is being challenged, I feel, is in the insecurity, is in the risk-taking itself. So my advice to you, or what I would say to you, Nene, is to embrace the risk. Like, thrive on it. Like, let it make you feel good, right? Let it give you that exhilarated feeling. And allow that to be your inspiration and your motivation to work even harder towards what you want to work harder towards. Now, I'm not sure what exactly your business has running here, but it looks like it has something to do with the promotion of happiness and the promotion of togetherness, which is very interesting. And I'm not sure what you're doing, but it's going to help other people, I see. So that is a good sign. And just to answer your question, we've got the Moon and the Chariot here, Whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you're doing, I would pour your heart into it, and I would try to expedite things in any kind of little way that you can. If you're driving down the road and you have an idea and you think that would be great for my business, I want you to pull over the side of the road and write that down. No idea is a bad idea at this point. They are just ideas that need further evaluation, okay? And this month, this month right now with the Chariot, this is a great time for you to be out there and testing markets and to be testing your ideas. You could talk to Citron or Robbins or anybody here in this chat room, and if you wanted to, in a private conversation, people that you trust, not like people that are going to just validate you for the sake of validating you, like maybe your parents or your sisters or your boyfriend or anybody, you know, because they'll be supportive to or even me for that matter, they'll be supportive of you until the end. But if you go out and try to acquire some data, some research data from somebody who's going to validate what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, I think that that's what this Chariot card is all about in your business plan here. Because, you know, you'll need the validation from people who are not connected to you, like the rando stranger or the person that, like, this is completely novel or this is completely new to them, and they could test it and they could tell you, you know, what was awesome and what could be improved before you have to maybe shell out larger amounts of capital or become overstretched in terms of your investment in this. But I feel like on a spiritual sense and from a personal level, you're very invested in this, and that's very good. The fact that you're coming out of your comfort zone and willing to take a risk lets me know that the end result of this business plan could be quite lucrative for you. And the final card up here being the Two of Wands, okay? Turning your dreams into reality, okay? I would love, if you're doing any meditations, Nene, to feel yourself in the future as being already successful or already qualified, in that the effort and the risk that you put forward did come with the appropriate level of reward. And then you can grow your business from there. Because remember, when you're in that like planning stage and that validation stage, those are very important, because then when you finally go do to the next level and like a big release or take the big leap of faith, you won't have to be afraid of it failing, because you'll have the significant data of the validation behind it to know that there's nothing really to worry about. And then from there, it's just about tweaking small ideas. But right now, the stage that you're in, I would say don't throw out any ideas without really evaluating. Something might seem so good and so true, like a no-brainer, but then you bounce it off Steve in Chicago, and Steve's like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That makes me not want it or not want to buy it. Because, you know, the mindset all across the world is different based on that, right? Absolutely. And, you know, once you have the cosmos and the universe at your back, like if you can discipline yourself to meditate and follow on along with, you know, the quiet discipline of centering yourself to create your own reality, that's just going to even give your business more of a head start. It's going to allow success to really predominate as the monoculture in your life. It's like plucking out the weeds of doubt and failure one by one. But I would suggest to you that without meditation, if you do have fear of the risk, you're going to need to have the meditation to offset it, and that's going to improve your chances as well. But some very positive cards here. I like the Chariot and I like the Two of Wands when it comes to business. It's good. And again, pay attention a little bit to the astrology as well. You know that Mercury retrograde and commerce do not mix well together. So if any kind of like planning you can do, take into account the stars, stuff like that as best you can, and get those ideas validated. And I think once you've refined this thing a little bit and we come back and read for this in a little while, I could give you 100% yes that it would be successful. But right now we're hanging out with this moon card here right now that lets me know that like kind of illusion and doubt and sort of grandiose yet diluted ideas and confusion are still kind of in the fray of the soup that you're building towards this business. As long as your final product is validated, you should be fine. But make sure you go through the steps to do so, and I think that you can manifest something great here, Nene. Okay? All right. Deep breath. Like I never knew if this idea for like doing tarot on YouTube would be successful or not, and I still don't know if it's successful or not. It's successful to me because I get to connect, and sometimes I have to take a break from it But like, as far as like looking at it as a business model, it's not really that, but it's still something that I love to do. But, you know, it takes a lot of hard work, and I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Okay. Whew. That was a tricky one. Gotta shake the business off. Deep breath. You're welcome. And thanks for staying subscribed while the channel went on break and while we transformed and stuff. That means a lot to me, especially from the moderators. Some of that, thank you, Water. It's good stuff. Alright, Ida. Are you there, Ida? I got some thank you burnt bean coffee.
Lethal words heat me like a game of darts. And you're beating on my drum. And you're beating on my door. Running faster than my dreams.
We'll just give Ida a minute or two.
And I can't stop to breathe.
Oh, there's Ida. Hello, Ida. Will Pedram take any action towards you? Let's see what direction he's going. Is he coming closer to you or away from you? We'll read the energies as they are today, Ida. Let's do that. Oh, hey Nourish, welcome. Big Warm 99.9, welcome to Nourish, Heal, Live. Again, another beautiful place to go and listen to the readings in the mind of a natural sage. Welcome, Nourish. Pednum. Am I saying that right? Is it Pednum? Pedram. Okay, I almost got these shuffled up for you and Pedram, Ida. You can do this. Ida, where are you calling us from today? What part of the world are you calling us from today? It's good to see you as well. Pedram is a good person. I know that 100%. Pedram is a successful person. And he's a good person. Welcome, Gabrielle. Okay. Let's turn things over and see what's going on for Ida. Okay, Ida, we'll get some cards out for you here in Pedram. Oh, look at the waiting game. He's got you waiting. Or he's waiting. They are waiting. King of Pentacles reversed. Oh, money. Three of Wands reversed. Yeah. He's not taking any action. The long and short of it, these three cards right here are just like boom, boom, boom. This is inaction, if anything. Okay? Now let's look at this a little deeper to find out why he's waiting. Just clarify this Seven of Pentacles for us here. Hermit, reverse, and Ace of Cups here. I think Pedram really likes you. He really likes you. But again, this like, why is he not taking any action towards you? And it's, oh man, it's hard to see. Yeah, he's not feeling like himself. I'm not sure if he hasn't been feeling well, to be honest with you. There are some health concerns up here with the World and the Hermit and the Temperance card all coming up reverse on these clarifiers. It's either Pedram isn't feeling like themselves as of late, or they're not feeling very well at all. There's been no communication that I can see. And it's left you in a feeling of uncertainty, not knowing what he's going to do. And the reason you don't know is because he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's waiting something out. I'm not sure if maybe he's like been very scared of the virus, or maybe he's been very affected this year. Wow, and now the sun reversed. There's a lot of inaction or in reaction. But look at a 4 of Cups here. So, and I know this might be hard to hear for you, and I never like being the bearer of bad news, but it's possible that you have another suitor, or perhaps that he has another suitor, but he's not feeling very good. He's not acting towards anything right now, okay? So the long and short of your question is, like, I don't see him taking action towards you, Ida, until Pedram is actually feeling better. I do like his energy. I do think that he's like successful person and someone that strives for fulfillment in their personal life and the people around him. But he's been like really shook up. He's been really out of place. Sorry, I shouldn't assume gender. It's 2020. But Pedram is not well right now. And I don't know what's happened here. It's almost as if like he fell down and bumped his head, or there were outside influences, or he received some sort of news that he's kept from you, or he is unwilling to even accept for himself right now. Dang, 10 of Cups reversed and the 10 of Swords reversed. Now, I'm not sure of the history that you have, but what I would say to you, Ida, is I would let this person go. I would let the idea of this person go. It doesn't have to mean forever, but I would let the idea of this person like kind of suddenly showing up or reaching out and reconnecting, I would let that idea go, because what I'm seeing here in the cards as of today is that it's just not happening. And you may even have a different suitor. You might have somebody else out there that has their eye on you, or that will make their intentions known to you other than Pedram. And you can tell me if that doesn't even sound right or sounds left field or whatever it may be. But the sense here is that there's like, because of the lack of action and because he's been so shook up, that there's something different waiting for you, or there's somebody else coming in with an offer for you, Ida. It could be a romantic offer, but it's not appearing as Pedram, because Pedram has completely like stalled out or set down. Like, I don't know if he has a family member, God forbid, that's not feeling like well at all, or that his attention has been completely derailed by other circumstance or other situations in their life, but he's not in a point of taking action right now. There is a fear for resources, a fear of lack, and there is a fear of being stretched too thin, and he doesn't feel comfortable in involving anyone else in their life right now. But he is a good person, so if it's beyond you to nurture or nourish that relationship out of sort of a pattern that you're used to, then I would suggest letting go. But you have the option to reach out and to play a supporting role if that's something that you feel like that you want to do. Currently you don't have anyone else in your life. Well, that may change very soon. Ida, and I wish I had better news for you. It's very hard for me to be the bearer of bad. I don't know. Either he's sick or someone in his family is very sick. That's what I'm picking up on. So that's rough. And thanks, Run. Have a great day. So, and definitely waiting. So it's gonna be quite difficult. Or there is it could be that there's a deeper secret, something that he hasn't revealed to anybody that's really been affecting his karma at present time. Okay? I wish I had better news for you, Ida, but I don't see him taking action towards you with the way the energies stand today. And you know, I would ask him if there's anything that you can help him with. Yeah, the Princess of Cups was up there. There's no doubt that you're confused. There's no doubt about it, because it was kind of like sudden, wasn't it? All of a sudden, like, things were on hiatus and things were on hold, and he didn't tell you why. So I would reach out. see if there's anything you can do to help. But I would also say that I would let go of this idea of him and make sure that you have opened other doors to your happiness, because I don't see him coming towards you anytime soon, unfortunately. Big hugs, Ida. Big hugs. I'm sorry to hear about this one. And big hugs to Pudram, because something's not quite right there. Something's feeling drastically wrong or somewhat unhealthy there. So big hugs. Okay, I need a deep breath after that one. Sorry, Ida. It's so hard to be the bearer of bad news sometimes. But it's kind of like you already seen it. I'm probably just affirming things for you.
Even gold won't turn your tide.
Yeah, we got some small lists going on right now. Big warm welcome to Nil and to Gabrielle Louise. Thanks for joining us here. We'll see what we can do. We've got Candace and Casey coming up. And then we'll do a time check and we'll see if we can fit some more people in before the end of today's programming. It's 99.9, good vibes all the time. You're welcome so much. One more time.
I will keep you in my heart, and I wouldn't change a thing, even if I were the king.
You guys ever breathe way down deep into your belly and then hold it there? Feels so good. Feels so good. Alrighty. Okay, Candace W, now is a perfect time for you to post your question.
But every day I see it rise.
As we listen to a song called If I Were King by Lowlight. Before that, we heard Please Don't by Anthony Lazaro. And to start off that set, we heard Brighter Days by Logan Pilcher. 99.9. We got folk music this morning. You can't write this stuff. What the hell is going on?
Just to see you smile again. And when time begins to fade, I will love you.
We'll give Candace just a few moments.
And I wouldn't change a thing, even if I were the king.
Hey, thanks for being here, Nourish. It's really great to see you today. Okay, we're going to move ahead to Casey, and then if Candace does come in after, we'll just bump her one spot. How about that? It's good. Finally some light at the end of the tunnel here with all the craziness in 2020. I remember doing spiritual talks back in 2017, and I always said hindsight would be 2020, and that would be the joke of the year, and now it just feels like I'm kicking myself, because it seems as though the cultural changes are so huge that, you know, we're now the people that are going to be referring to things as the good old days. Yeah, for sure, Neil. Just hang tight. We're gonna read for Casey. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. It's Casey, right? It's not like a weird, like Eastern European pronunciation. I just call you like Kaki or Casey. I'm just going with Casey. Casey's Spiritual Corner. It's good stuff. All right. Go ahead and start getting ready. Casey's Spiritual Corner says, is there anything happening in my love life anytime soon? old dirty desire. Yeah, it's okay. I keep hammering at that veil, Nourish. That veil that keeps me from being able to die before I die. I'm going to see some pretty awesome things. Went for a tour of like the Pentagon and the Oval Office. Nobody knew we were there because we were just walking through in spirit. Alright, the cards are almost ready for you, Casey. Yeah, sorry, we called your name, Candace, but you weren't quite there, so we just bumped you one spot. So after Casey, you'll be up next, okay? That's okay. We just bumped you one spot, that's all. You'll be up right after Casey. Casey's cards are almost ready. Casey asks, is there anything happening in my love life anytime soon? Let's have a look. We'll go back over here. We're kind of in a bit of a makeshift studio space on the Gypsy bus to nowhere, but... Alright, Casey, here we go. Ace of Pentacles. Alright, well, this card lets me know that there is a new beginning here. The Sun card reversed. So your love life, as far as your love life goes, I do see a new beginning here, but it is not brought to light. Like, it's not present in sort of your daily life. This could be somebody that you know through networking, like either through the internet, like through Zoom meetings or YouTube even. This is something where the beginning of something is there, but it's like very fresh, it's very new. And it hasn't like qualified itself to be real yet. But the potentiality and the positioning of it is very much in place. Now, Seven of Wands up here. This is almost like something that is brought out of like competition as well, and commerce. Don't worry about the Sun card being in reverse. It's still the Sun card, letting you know that it's all going to be all right. But there's something going on for your love life, Casey, where I feel like there's an idea still that requires for a complete recovery. And what I mean by that is like that old cliche of letting go. You may have let go physically, you may have let go emotionally, but there's something there that is still of the mind that has you held on to an idea that has not allowed sort of a new beginning in your love life to take root. The seeds are there and they're waiting to germinate, but they haven't taken root yet. So now, in terms of this, because you're a conscious co-creator, like to have the Sun up in a 4-card reading along with an Ace of Pentacles, like you see this, right? This lets you're a conscious co-creator. You sort of know the steps to equating your environment to the power of the cosmos and manifestation back into achieving your success or achieving your dream. Okay. Capricorn on their way out. I don't know if there was a bad relationship with a Capricorn, or if there was some sort of idea that you might have had like a love earlier in your life, could have been like within the last 10 years, where it was like, and forgive me if this is wrong, but what I want to say here, it was almost like it was violently ripped away from you, or something was undermined, and it was devastating. It was difficult and it was tough. Like how you handled it was very hard on you, but you did it in a very beautiful way. But the effects of this still linger. So your love life and your love of self has been paramount and center stage for you for the last little while, and it may continue to be so for the next little while. But don't worry, look how Ace of Pentacles goes into Two of Pentacles. Your ship is about to come in, but as far as the timely nature of something happening soon, this is all going to be about how you take care of your environment, how you take care of your daily life, and how you invest your time, efforts, and energy. Reversal on Temperance, and a couple queens up here reinvested. Yeah, the cosmos, the cards themselves too, they're asking for a more balanced approach to, I guess, your idea or where you see yourself in the future. Because as like a lover or someone coming in on a love life, this person is like acting as a companion. They're acting as like a facilitator to your journey and to companionship. But your environment is showing is not quite right. So like, you know how I mentioned that nothing has taken root yet, but the seeds of love are there. You're a conscious co-creator. You know very well how to plant the seeds of manifestation. But as far now as like giving them the right amount of sunlight, the right amount of water, the right amount of fresh air, and all that kind of stuff, this is almost where I feel where your co-creation process is at. The seeds are there now. And what you can do is you can trust that the seeds are good. You can trust that the seeds are fertile. But you have to optimize the environment for which they can begin to sprout seedlings and begin to grow a root. Because right now, it's almost as if you've thrown the seeds down, you've turned the lights out, shut the door, and then you've went about your own way, and then you're kind of left wondering. You're like, oh, I should go check on those seeds. But they've been like in a dark room, and they might be dried out, where it's like you need to tend to these emotional manifestations on a more persistent basis, and then that way you can encourage things to occur in your love life, or people to come in to your love life in a very real way, a lot quicker than the current energies have them. And again, there is that one old idea or that bad idea that still needs a complete and a final release. And once that's there, you won't need to have this Seven of Wands energy about there thinking that it's something that, but it might only just be through the matrix at this point in time. So that's kind of where we're at today. So to answer your question, there are things until you give it permission. You're kind of like in that permission giving stage to it. And that means taking care of that environment. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense for you, KC. I'd love to see those queens. I'd love to see all that bottom row be flipped right up. Oh man, that would be amazing. That would be like moonlight romance. But right now it's just saying that the environment's not quite ready for it yet. So let's touch base on this again really soon. And be sure to nurture the seeds, even if it seems like, well, maybe an internet romance or someone you chat with on a dating app doesn't seem real. It's almost as if you can foster that to a point of allowing it to become a lot more tangible for you in your life. Okay? All right. Deep breath. Deep breaths. Man. Uh-oh. All right. Deep breath. Deep breath. I don't even know what's going on. That one took me deep in there. Let me just get back to reality here. Okay, I'm glad it resonated for you somewhat there. That made some sense for you. Okay. That's what we need. That's what we want. It's quite the spread. Okay. Woohoo. Yeah, you may just need to give them that extra time, Casey. You may just need to like foster those seeds as best you can, nurture those ideas. Candace W. Sorry we didn't connect, on the first go round. Glad you were able to stand by and hold on. And the NHL. All right, Nourish Heal Live. I think a National Hockey League. She's a pinball wizard that has to be a twist. Hi, Benita. Hi, Benita. Okay, there's Candace W. Hi, Candace. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. All right. More love life. Love of life. More love life. One second, Candace. I'll get right on this. Okay, so just in on my 3D reality hotline, I think my meeting has been pushed up a little bit. So what we may have to do, I got about another 45 minutes here this afternoon, but I may be able to come on for a little bit this evening. We'll see. I just cannot miss this one. Oh man. Alright. We'll catch up. Swooning over the background. Yes, Nil, and everybody that's just joined, just stay tuned. We're going to read for Candace W. Then we're going to refresh the list, okay? And then that will probably be the last list of the afternoon. And yeah, and then, you know, if time allows, which I'm hoping it will, I should be able to come back on another stream a little bit later in the evening. All right, the 3D reality. That's that hotline bling. It's like, don't forget about all your other responsibilities hotline. It's not really a hotline. It's more like a cold line. All right. All right, Candace, shuffling up your cards now here. We'll get focused. Okay, Candace, I think we're getting real warm there. We're getting warm. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Candace, it's a pleasure to have you on the program. Thanks for being so open. Your energy is very open. It's very warm. It's very real. I really like. Me likey. Queen of Wands reversed. Lots of two major arcana reversed. We got the Magician and the Hangman reversed. Wow, 3 major arcana reversed. Okay. Candace, there's something here that you're trying to figure out, okay, in regards to love life. I don't know if this is a person. There might be a fire sign here that's been acting all crazy. Either you or a lover. But there's something here that's caused a lot of confusion. And you've been asked to figure out a riddle. You've been asked to figure out a puzzle. You've been asked to figure out what's important, okay? And with this sort of conundrum or query that the cosmos is giving you, it's like an alarm clock wake-up call for you. Because this is about definition. This is about defining your happiness. This is like, do you have the list of like 20 things that you're looking for in a partner? And are these important? Or have you been given a situation perhaps where it feels like no matter what you do, no matter how many people you meet, or no matter how hard you try to coax romantic behavior out of the person in your life, it seems to be of no avail. Okay? So these cards are asking you to take a step back. Magician reverse, just to take a step back in all of this, to look at the bigger picture. Now, I know there's a lot of things that you appreciate. I like your energy. It's very warm. It's very nice. It does have that nurturing Queen of Wands energy to it. But the cards are asking you, when it comes to your love life, to take a bigger step back. And this is out of fairness to your spirit, out of fairness to your soul, about self-realization and about self-actualization. Now, it's not my job to sit here and guess your age and where you are in regards to Saturn. But the cards let me know is that you deserve all kinds of love in your life, all kinds of domestic happiness. You deserve happiness more so than anything. But does it not feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you're like trying to fight for your happiness? Like happiness isn't kind of just like given over to you? Like it's not being facilitated in your life? It's almost as if like you're in a battle and you think to yourself sometimes, well, if I just do this, this, and this, then I could be happy. Or if I just could overcome this, that, and this, then I could be happy. Or if such and so would do this, then I could feel happy. There's a romantic person in your life that you either took a large step back from or that you need to take a step back from. This might be an idea of a person, or this might be a physical person, and it's showing up as King of Swords energy, which lets me know is like this idea of manifesting romance in your life. This is not beyond you, but you're like fighting a battle against it for some reason, and you might not even be doing it consciously, but it's almost as if you're envisioning a struggle that isn't really there. But I do get the sense of the longingness, the absence of maybe the compassionate energies that you were used to at one point in time seem to have like exited stage left in this last little chapter of your life, and it's made it very difficult, very hard for you. And I'm not saying that you've closed off emotionally, but what I'm saying is that you're fighting for a romance, for an idea, for a love life that you should not have to fight for. It's almost as if, you know, you've been questing, looking, searching, trying to uncover, trying to dig up the truth, trying to understand, trying to figure out whether this is a person or whether this is just the journey itself. Whereas as if you were to stop the pursuit, the romance would find you. Look at that, 10 of Cups, number 15 major, the Devil, with the Queen of Wands reversed. You're either married or you're destined to marry at this point in time. Fire signs and air signs, you're very attractive, both in your energy and physically. That you have suitors, but for some reason they're not qualified in your mind. You fight against it rather than letting it go. Or you may find that at times in your life, people draw very close to you romantically and then they suddenly pull back, right? And then you might, hopefully you don't blame yourself for any of this, but you tend to fight against it. And I'm not saying don't change a single thing about your energy or about the way you are. I'm just saying that there's a level of acceptance that promotes new love and new energy to come into your life when this acceptance has been kind of a part of your strength for a certain amount of time, and it feels less like you're questing for it, or that it comes by way of like, you know, you think about money, you think about like success. hard work breeds success. The love life is a lot of times the exact opposite. It's the more you let go of working towards it, the more deserving you start to feel of it, and the more likely it is to arrive in your life at a time where you are already happy with the love and the nurture that you give yourself, right? It's almost as if, the first card out, this Queen of Wands, if you could get her to a point where we weren't concerned with the lack of compassion or the lack of passion in life, then the passion, we would recognize it for just being right there, running parallel to one another. But I do think that you do have suitors out there. You do have people that would totally give their life over to co-journeying with you and to making their life with you. But it's as if, though, your energy is not quite set up for it. And, it's news like that that's kind of the hardest to give, because I can't tell you how to live your life. I can't tell you what to do. But what I do know is that these 3 cards in particular are asking you to take a bigger step back towards you fighting for rewards in your love life as a prize, as opposed to when you step back and you breathe in deeply and you understand and you know that you are deserving of love, and you shouldn't have to do too much. You shouldn't have to journey to the ends of the earth or journey to the center of the earth for it. And thus, it is that a time that will find you. Okay? So take a step back, whether it's from romantic comedies or whether it's from online dating, or perhaps there is a certain someone already in your life that you're kind of hot and cold with, on and off with. The cards are really asking you to take a step back to see a significant change in regards to your relationships and your love life. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense for you, Candace. Alrighty. Deep breath. Yeah, just take a step back. Take a step back. Okay. Okay. We're gonna be all right. Everything's okay. Yes, big hugs. Thank you, Benita. That's so true. That's so much of the truth that we need right now. It's hard because, we all deserve love, but, we go through these times in this incarnation, in this life, where we are meant to discover our self-love as the generator for love coming in from outside sources of our environment. It goes back. Hey, I appreciate you, Candace. Thanks for being on the show today. And you guys that are, if anyone's new here, drop in. Anytime that you see we're on and we're open, drop in. It's always happy to have you. Absolutely. Let's go back over. We're going to take a short break. Then we're going to refresh the list one more time. And then unfortunately I'm going to have to run for a few hours. But I should be able to come back on as long as I got enough juice in the gas in the tank, so to speak.
In the great outdoors, forever free.
Okay, so just while we're getting ready, before we go on break, I'll get the list refreshed. Anybody that is still have a question or we haven't got to today, if they'd like a reading, just please go ahead and type the number 9 into the chat room, so then I'll know. Hi Cheryl, welcome. I see you there. Hi Gabrielle, I see you there. All right, Gabrielle, I see you.
Philadelphia with the ride in my hand. I sure am no saint. I am
Bonita.
no righteous man. I don't miss the cold, but I do miss the sand. It takes some adjusting.
Hey Charlie, we need a Reuben sandwich to go. Sorry, I know it's been a while since we chatted, but I do remember some things. It's kind of weird.
And I tell you, I am no righteous man.
All right, so just 2 more readings. Is that all we have? I thought we had some more people in the room, but I'm okay with only doing 2 more readings. Oh, I know Nil wanted on the list. Nil, are you still here? Candace, thanks so much. Drop in and talk some more.
Philadelphia from up north Newfoundland.
Okay, there we go. So thanks for your subscription, Cheryl. So Nil, Nil, hopefully I'm saying that right, Nil and Cheryl. Okay, perfect. So that's going to round out today's program. So I will write down anybody else's name who we did not get to today, but the next segment is going to be for Gabrielle, Benita, Nil, and then Cheryl. Okay? Hotline keeps going off. Okay, Neil, just hold on to your question. We're going to go in order here. Okay, we're going to go Gabrielle, Benita, Nil, and then Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl's going to have the last word here today. All right, and I'm going to get the cards rolling here right away. Gabrielle, you can go ahead and post your question. That would be amazing. Thank you, Benita. Yes, please do, Gabrielle. So many sirs today. So many sirs. I feel like I should grow my hair out so people don't think I'm in the military. This is Covert Remote Viewing Operations Central Command. Make the etheric great again. Okay, we're looking at Andy. How does Andy feel about Gabrielle? How does Andy feel about Gabrielle? Got an Emperor flipped out. Andy's a stud muffin. Sorry, I shouldn't assume muffin. Are we back? Can anybody hear me? I think we might have come close to getting disconnected there. Don't worry, Gabrielle. It showed that I was disconnected. I didn't do your reading yet. I know it buffered something. No, I didn't start the reading yet. I think the encoder got overloaded. I had to reconnect. Oh, you can hear me now? Great. And you know what? I didn't even flip any cards yet. So we're still golden. We're still good. Thank goodness. The cosmos is on our side. Yeah, I think the encoder overloaded, so but I think we're all good now. All right. Gabrielle and Andy. Talking about Andy the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Sorry, I shouldn't assume genders. The stud muffin. The studious muffin. No, that's Sarucci. Okay, Gabrielle. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. I'm glad they weren't worse. Just seems like we got slowed down a little bit. So let's go ahead. I got your cards shuffled now, Gabrielle. Go ahead. See what we can see. All right. Oh, look, it came out again. You can't write this stuff. The Emperor popped out while we were shuffling, and it came back in. Don't know if your person is an Aries, but this is a self-actualized person and quite attractive. So this is good. This is good. 4 of Pentacles reversed. Wow. Finally a good news relationship reading. What I can tell you just from these 2 cards right here, Gabrielle, is that this Andy person is willing to do what it takes to get what his heart is after. He doesn't hold back. But he doesn't rush out all willy-nilly either. He's quite meticulous. He's quite careful. He plans things. And the Wheel of Fortune here. Okay. There might be a small fear of commitment going on as well with Andy. Wow. And he does like you. He does like you. I think has visions and feels like you are the perfect person for him. He's definitely thought that. And it could be even currently in his mind as such. But there is a fear of commitment here. Wheel of Fortune and 9 of Wands kind of are the 2 kind of bummerama cards in this reading. Everything else is pretty promising. He's very careful. He's very meticulous. So he will not move unless he's 100% sure or certain of himself. So anytime that you guys spend where you're not connected, where you're not chatting, where you're not talking, it kind of leaves the door open for like wonder and imagination to set in. But I do think that this person is willing to do what it takes to see things through with you and a relationship with you. As far as why things may have seemed a little bit distant as of late, it's because he's being over careful. I'm not sure if he's shook or there are certain things going on in his life due to like the recent virus scares and civil unrest and all this stuff that have caused him to withdraw or pull back. 4, 5, 6 of Pentacles here now as well. I think he's worried about the future, not just of a future with you, Gabrielle, but like a future altogether. So as far as like being careful and meticulous, like he's definitely thought about you as a lover and as the perfect person for him, but that has been challenged by some insecurities and like a fear of commitment. And it could lead to like quarreling for himself or like somebody being left out in the cold here. I'm not sure if you guys like disagree on the regular or something of that nature, but this person definitely likes you. You have the Emperor and the Empress card up here together, which lets me know like, I don't know, maybe you guys were married at one time or maybe you guys had like kids together or something, but it seems like a union that has already like been secured, but it hasn't like moved forward. It hasn't gone anywhere for a significant amount of time. Now, there could have been like some outside influences here. Somebody might have had like a bit of an addictive personality, or there could have been like a lot of like imbibing or drinking, or maybe like in the past you guys used to party a lot together and it led to some confusion or things of this nature. But he's like, he's willing to do what it takes to make things work with you, but he's apprehensive because he doesn't want to fall into like what Andy perceives as like a trap or a routine or a situation or being caught in a karmic wheel that he's experienced once before already. So as far as this goes, I think he pays a significant amount of attention to you in his thoughts. As far as like reaching out, he's been more reserved. He's been more careful, more analytical, more thought out, and more like kind of everything has to be pre-planned, because I don't know, it's not that he's scared of you. He's just like he seems like a little bit apprehensive to be vulnerable in front of you or towards you, and that seems to me to be what the holdup is right now. 9 of Wands, the defensive card. Okay, so I don't know, that was quite a confusing read for me to know, because it's showing signs of both. It's showing like both like hot and heavy and like really a lot of desire there, but it's also showing a ton of apprehension and even some outside influences that have led to some like minor fears. Okay, so I don't know, hopefully you can make sense of that, because I know that it's completely lost on me. Oh, he's an ex. That makes sense now. He's an ex. I didn't even think of it in that context, but that would make absolute sense. Well, I guess when the Emperor and Empress were there, when I saw you, like, were you guys ever married, or did you have any kids? Maybe not, but it was very strong. That's the only chance, because you guys have established something, and you're hoping to reconcile. Yeah. Have you put the idea in there? Well, you know, when it came to outcome, it was Wheel of Fortune and 9 of Wands. Okay, so what I can let you know, Gabrielle, is that there's definitely a chance, but it's going to take a long time for him to get over however butt-chapped he was, or for however down he was. A very strong connection before. So it's worth taking a chance on a reconnection here, but he's very defensive. He's very unwilling to be vulnerable with you, if that makes sense. And you need that sort of level of openness. Just talking friendly. Yeah, don't put things into second gear until you're ready. Keep things in first gear. If you're hoping for this reconnection, keep it slow and steady. Keep it very loose. And don't get emotionally invested until you hit second gear, but don't be in a hurry to hit second gear, because this guy does not, like, sorry, I shouldn't assume gender, but Andy doesn't want to be in a situation where he has to open up and look and show you once again that vulnerable side to him, because I think that with the Emperor and the Empress there, it was mirrored. It was as painful for both of you to go through what you went through. And with the Wheel of Fortune there is a good chance that a reconciliation is possible. You just can't force it. Okay, you just can't force it. But I don't really see, like, the only other outside influence that I see there is maybe a little bit of Jim Beam, Jack Daniels. He might have had to like kind of drink you away, or something of that nature. He did something to like get his mind off you. But I don't see anyone else there. Like, there was no like outside third party situations that could affect a reconciliation here. It's more about just getting over the fear and the hurt feelings. Okay, hopefully that makes sense.
Cross the line, another song.
Okay. That's good. But it was kind of sad. Okay. Bonita Applebaum, you gotta put me on. May I know who will be coming towards me in love soon? Okay. Like love, as always. I'm gonna close my eyes for this one, Bonita, before we go into cards.
But it's too late to turn around, too cold to go outside.
Okay, what I see, Bonita, is I see someone on a hill. They're either like a climber,
place to
like an
hide.
outdoor adventure person. They're either like tobogganing in the snow, or they're like climbing the side of a
Say
mountain.
the wintertime
This
is
person.
coming on,
This person might be a little bit older than
and you
you.
cry
Not a lot, but a little
to
bit.
see a shadow, babe.
And this is somebody that is like involved in academia.
Across the lawn.
They're either like a high school teacher or a college professor, I think. And this is also someone that is like very refined. They like things like ballroom dancing and like a gentleman. It's almost like somebody who like I'd make fun of for being like a member of the yacht club or the tennis association or something. It's kind of interesting. Again, this is somebody that may have children from a previous relationship. Doesn't mean this is like your soulmate. I'm just looking at who might be coming forward like and asking you out. Is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, either that or the person that's coming to ask you out is like crushing on you and is actually like searching to like create a family.
I'm too afraid now.
But this is an outdoor enthusiast. This is someone as well that's worked hard for everything that they have had in their life. This person does not have a sense of entitlement, but they're actually quite successful and refined, which is pretty refreshing.
Bit of money. It should be
It's interesting, and it's showing me a diamond. So either he's a baseball fan, or there's somebody like that a proposal is coming, either like asking you out, you know, or asking to take things to the next level in a serious relationship. He's very well educated, very like knows a lot about academia. So hopefully you caught most of that without cards. That was just looking in at spirit, at the energy, at the person. But let's see what the cards have to say. We'll just do a quick 4 cards for you.
Boys, I think we've made it. After years of trying to fake it, there's no need to lie to no one anymore.
2 of Swords reversed. They may be a lawyer as well, but I see they're like highly smart. And this is someone that's gonna ask you out just like at the drop of a hat, like completely unexpected. You're next. But look for somebody with a really like a bougie style coat. Somebody that's like very, very well dressed as well. So this is interesting. And this is going to be somebody that's brand new. I've got a Fool card up here. 2 of Swords reversed, 5 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. This might be somebody that works close to you, like works in the building next to you, or like sees you quite frequently, like when things get back to normal. Or they may know of you through your like LinkedIn profile or your, I don't know, they have some level of knowingness of you. They've watched you and kind of like become attracted to you from afar, not in a weird, creepy sort of way, but they're just gathering the courage right now to ask you out. I have a feeling you're going to be asked out here sometime, you know, if not next week, sometime within the next 5 to 14 days, like in the 2 weeks period. Somebody's going to ask you out, somebody new. As far as how significant it's going to be, there'll probably just be drinks and you'll have to feel things out that way, and then establish if you guys are a good match from there. So that's kind of neat. You can let me know how that works out, because that's kind of a bit of a short-term prediction, because I think that you are going to get asked out here in the relatively near future by somebody completely new. It's got their eye on you. So that's good. It's good stuff.
Always saying everything will be fine.
All right. Deep breath.
And it'll work out.
All right, we're going to read for Nil, then we're going to read for Cheryl, and then that's going to be a wrap. Alright, we got more feedback. Okay, yeah, I gotta get a headset. Yeah, Neil, I can do that. Hold on. A lot of people have just been turning this down through the whole thing. Just 1 second, everybody. 3D hotline's going up. Try and get this fixed. Yes, you now. Okay, Neil asks, please tell me about my job I'm preparing for a lot of days. Okay, we can have a look at that, Neil. It's good that we're almost done. Seems like everything's kind of like pushing us that way to an exit stage left. You're almost preparing for a 3-year. Oh, for 3 years you've been preparing. All right, now let's see. Fell out. You got a judgment card up here, Nil. Just kind of flipped out of the deck. Right. Flippers and poppers. You want this. You want this really badly. You want this more than you've ever wanted anything before in your life. This job is your answer. This job is your liberating force. Let's have a look and see. So, I can't sit here and tell you about the job that you know more about than anybody else on Earth. So I don't really know that I understand your connection. Do you just want a yes or no of whether or not you're going to have it? Because I can't... You've studied it for 3 years. I've studied it for 3 seconds. But we'll pull some cards and see. Your life depends on this job. Well, that's great. Maybe for you. I'll put my own opinions of things away. But let's have a look now and see. We'll switch things over. And Gabrielle, thank you so much for being on the program. Hopefully that reading made sense for you. Or Benita. Alright, it's time to almost go. We're going to cut the cards for Nil here. And tell him about the job that he's been studying for 3 years. What can we see about Nil's job? 6 of Cups. It's your future. You're overly attached to it emotionally, which there's caution for that. But there's bliss. It's your everything. It is your 10 of Cups. It's supported by the 6 and Queen of Cups. They are reversed, but that's good because they're supportive of this situation. You're gonna have this job. You're gonna get it, and you're going to enjoy it at first. But this job is going to define you now. That's what this job is going to do. It's going to define who you are. Years down the road, you may decide that maybe isn't such a good thing. But for right now, I'm not going to rain on your parade. 7 of Cups here. Another 7. The Chariot reversed. More Cups here. 9 of Cups. Yeah. 2 of Cups upright. You are going to be at one with this job. You're going to have it. As far as it being everything that you've expected it to be, that remains to be seen. But you're going to have this job, and it is going to define who you are, and you're going to pour your heart and your emotion into it. Okay? As far as when this is happening, it's happening, soon, but not like right around the corner. I would say 6 to 7 months from now, everything should be sorted out. You want this. You're desperate for this, which in 99.9% of situations, I would warn people against wanting something that much. But in your case, I believe through looking at all of these cups on the table that the cosmos and the universe is going to give you this job. But what you do with it after that and the long-term effects that this job is going to have on your life, that's going to change years down the road. It's going to change you as a person. Whether or not you're prepared for that, that's not for me to say. But you're going to have it. It's going to be there for you. The cosmos and the universe have understood how much you want it, how hard you've worked for it. Okay? It's coming quickly, but not right around the corner. It's coming quickly. This tower moment is here. Do I see you doing this job for the rest of your life? To be honest, no. Nil, I don't see you doing it for the rest of your life. But you want it so much in the ever-present now that the universe is going to give it to you. So, make sure that you enjoy it and you make the most of it. Because, it's one of those situations where, the universe and the cosmos knows what's good for you. And the universe and the cosmos is not going to deny you what you want most out of life. You've been working hard towards it, and it is, in essence, your time, what you've chosen to do as a career and a job. So the universe and the cosmos says there's no reason why you shouldn't have it. In fact, there's more reasons supporting why you should have it, Nil, so that you can be shown sometimes when we allow our desires to define us, that there's much more that we have to learn in this life. But you don't have to worry about that for years and years and years. You'll be fine. And rest assured, this thing is going to be yours. You've already commanded it to be so through your attention, your intention, and your hard work. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question, Nil. And thanks so much for coming on today. I really appreciate that. A special warm 99.9 welcome to Diadem. Appreciate you for being here, Diadem. And Preeti, hi Preeti, welcome to the program. We only have one reading left today in this segment. We may be back on a little bit later this evening, so my apologies to all who we cannot squeeze in here at the last minute. I got a lot on the go today, so we're going to read for Cheryl. And Cheryl asks, what are they thinking, feeling? My crush, Denver. What their next move soon? Oh, okay. Can you put your question in the form of an answer? Who did he tell you that to? I'm just teasing you, Cheryl. I think I know what you're asking. All right. I had an exam delayed by coronavirus too. It really sucked. I know where you're coming from there, Nil. I was the day before I was set to write a government legislated exam. Then they closed it due to coronavirus. It was a bummerama, but, we'll get through this. You're going to be okay. All right.
Bullet holes inside my body. There's number on my eyes.
Okay. Yes, Diadem, I am well. Thank you for asking. Okay, so, Cheryl, I got your question. You're wanting to know what Denver is feeling? And what Denver's going to do in the near future? Hopefully I got the gist of your question right there. I'm not going to ask you to repost. We should be fine with that. I'm just going to ask the cards about Denver, okay? Not the city. The person. I'm assuming that the person's name is Denver. They don't just live in Denver. Hopefully that's right. All right. Well, let's see what we can do. Okay, Cheryl, I think the cards are just about ready. Let's have a look, Cheryl. We're asking about Denver now. What's going on? Three of Pentacles. This card lets me know, like, it's possible that Denver might have had some struggle, might have had his hours cut back at work. Denver might be worried about employment and work right now. It's interesting you said about their next move, because it looks like due to troubles with resources, it could have been that Denver was planning on traveling or planning on moving, but has had to delay those plans. The Two of Wands reverse is usually significant of delayed plans, and he's kind of like making this decision to like hunker down, to make the best of what he's got where they are at, where Denver is at. Okay, it's very tough. It's like, it's almost as if there's so much that Denver wanted to go and do and accomplish, but because of recent setbacks, he hasn't been able, I shouldn't assume gender, Denver hasn't been able to go ahead with that, to do that. Okay. Wow. Six of Cups. You guys have a romantic relationship, or did you have a romantic relationship, Cheryl? Because, like, if this is someone you're crushing on, I would suggest that you would, like, sort of make it known, because he's kind of got the blinders on right now. It's almost as if whatever is new is attractive, whatever, because he, like, almost like I feel like they feel they're stuck in a rut. So they'll actually be looking to outside sources at present time. So if you kind of are able to put yourself out there, make yourself known to them, send them an instant message or a direct message or something like that, that could be very favorable in getting your crush's attention at present time, especially if you have a history of friendship together with this person. If not, it is a good time, and you are very good, Cheryl, I believe, at, bringing about a good environment to create good memories. You actually might be able to swoop in there and help this person out with a bit of, like, it's like borderline depression, I feel like Denver is going through. Like feeling stuck in a rut, or feeling like plans had to be on hold, or like that the dreams were like kind of like stopped suddenly. King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, he's ready to get up and going, but he can't. He's not allowed to. But this crush is good for you. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Ten of Cups in your reading. But he's not going to be making a move towards you. You're going to have to ride this one out. If you're crushing on this person, I would suggest putting yourself out there in terms of being someone that he can talk to, and like a great empathetic listener to this person. And if he decides to shut you out, you have to know that it's not you. I don't think that they will shut you out if you put yourself open, Cheryl. But if he does, it is not because of anything you're doing. It's because there is like this sort of feeling of being stuck in the mud, stuck in the trenches, and stuck in a rut, that he can't get over this feeling of, well, I'm not enough. It's not good enough. How am I ever gonna make it be enough? And situations like this, right? Four of Cups. It's almost as if he doesn't give himself enough credit to enjoy what's in front of him right now. It's like a bit of a funk. It's like a bit of a deficiency that he has just in terms of the persona to appreciate the beauty of themselves and what's all around them, because there's something that eludes them or something that is elusive to them. But I would continue. I'm not going to tell you to give up on your crush right now, Cheryl, because look, you got the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups right there. You guys could have great long-term success in a relationship together if you guys could get on the same page. But he needs to get out of this funk. And I feel like you could offer a helping hand here if you desire to do so. And I would almost suggest that whatever you do about creating memories, like, be this person's friend. but he's not moving soon. He wants to move soon, but he's not moving soon because something's holding him back. Something's got him a little bit shook and a little bit scared and apprehensive to like pick up and move across the country. He's really down in the dumps about it too, unfortunately, which is kind of like a bit of a bummer. I can let you know in a second, Diadem. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay. I don't see him moving soon, but you can definitely befriend this person and help get them through this tough time if you wanted to, Cheryl. That would be huge. That would be huge. All right. Diadem, this song is called Birthmark by Ben Noble. Before this, we heard Please Cover Me by Giants and Pilgrims. And before that, we heard Brightside by Tony Peterson. All of these artists are available over on Artlist. That's kind of who we're partnered with right now to bring all this. We're having a folk music kind of vibe here. All right. So Cheryl, thanks for being here. So he's not going anywhere anytime soon. But Cheryl, thank you for the question. I would check back in on this one. This person is like kind of suffering right now, which is a bit of a bummer. All right. And for everybody else that had the burning questions, I'm sorry, but I'll have to get you to wait till next time. We are out of time for this afternoon. It's always a pleasure to bring you free tarot readings and some pretty good folk music here on 99.9. We did a lot of readings. We did like 15 readings here in the last little while. Now I have to head out to a meeting. But I might be back a little bit later this evening. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I gotta fix this stuff up. We overloaded the decoder. We almost lost the live stream. So I got some more fixing to do. Diadem, big warm welcome. It would be a pleasure to connect with you on the next program. As same with you, Preeti. Thanks so much for being here. It's really good stuff. Alright. We're going to let this play out. We'll have one last word from our sponsors, and then I'll have to bid you adieu.
I've got a toughen up. I whisper to the mirror. Remember how it felt before. I never wanted to.
Thanks, Angie. Yeah, we did lots of readings. It's been quite a time.
Until you shut the door. I miss you mostly all the time. I think I made a big mistake to let you go, 'cause I'm getting lonely by the day, and days are passing faster ever since you've gone away. Soon I've got a toughen up. I whisper to the mirror. Remember how it felt before. I never wanted to get in. I never wanted it until you shut the door.
The Brontosaurus. For millennia, these gentle and graceful giants roamed the earth, grazing off the lush vegetation of the time. Their mere existence transformed the landscape and made a lasting impact on our world. It's that legacy that Dino Oil is proud to continue by using their eons-old dead bone goop to fuel your 5-door wagon, making it the oldest form of recycling there is. Dino Oil. Embrace the power of bones.
Lights, camera, movie. There's nothing like watching a movie to take you to another place or time. And there's no better place to watch than Drome Cinema. And no better time than the time it takes you to get from where you are to where we are. You'll break box office records of fun as you take a trip to Tinseltown, Movieville, USA. Action, cut, quiet on the set. Our theaters feature noise-absorbing fabric, guaranteeing the only thing you hear is the movie. That high-pitched shuttle drone is normal. It's the sound your ears hear when there's nothing for your ears to hear here. So come on down and enjoy the movies where everyone's a star.
Fault Tech cameras. If you want the best, you have got to go big. That's why our cameras are the biggest on the market. Our shutters the loudest. Our lenses the longest. Cameras aren't paperweights. They're tools. Tools used to create. In fact, the most valuable camera is the one that you're afraid to take outside. Fault Tech. Only the best.
Got a swordfish lying around? Bring it.